On my first day at a new job, I saw a picture of my husband on my coworker's desk. When I asked who he was, she smiled and said, "That's the man I'm going to marry." On my first day at my new job, I saw my husband's face on another woman's desk. Not a similar face, his face, Michael's face, in a silver frame between a pink lantern and a tiny plant. My badge was still warm from the printer. My new coworker, Maya, caught me staring. "That's my fiancé," she said, holding up her left hand. The ring was enormous. He proposed last month. 3 years together, and he finally did it. 3 years. I smiled, said congratulations. My mouth kept moving while my brain did the math. The business trips, the delayed flights, the client dinners, the weekends away for work. I recognized the photo. I had taken it. Maui, 2 summers ago. Michael had laughed right before I pressed the button. He had taken a photo from our marriage and handed it to her as proof of theirs. I sat at my new desk and stared at my login screen. I did not cry. I did not confront him. I did not call anyone. I opened a spreadsheet. Date, his excuse, what really happened, amount, evidence, notes. By lunch, I had 12 entries. Maya spent the whole afternoon talking about wedding venues. She said Michael wanted a hotel with skyline views. She said he told her a woman should always remember the room where her life changes. She looked at me while she said it, waiting for me to agree how perfect that was. "He sounds very thoughtful," I said. "He's incredible," she said. "He never forgets anything. He remembers my coffee order, my favorite table, every single anniversary, even the small ones." She laughed and twirled the ring under the fluorescent lights. I smiled back. I was thinking about the spreadsheet. I wrote notes for a campaign meeting and nodded like my life hadn't just cracked straight down the middle. That night, I found a receipt in his jacket pocket. Dinner for two. $580. He had told me he was taking investors out. I photographed it, added it to the folder. Michael came home and kissed my forehead. "How was the first day?" he asked. "Great," I said. "Really great." The next morning, his phone lit up on the counter before he could grab it. "Maya, can't wait for tonight." He snatched it up, told me he had back-to-back pitches. "Good luck," I said. At work, Maya arrived glowing. She told me about their favorite hotel bar, said Michael always ordered the same thing for her because he remembered everything. I asked the name of the hotel. I wrote it down. That evening, I called Sarah Levin, my best friend, the sharpest divorce attorney in New York. "Can you meet tonight?" I asked. She heard something in my voice. 7 o'clock. "Don't say a word to him first." I watched from behind the lobby glass as Michael pulled up outside our building. Maya ran to him. She wrapped her arms around his neck. He kissed her hair. Then he opened the passenger door for her, like a gentleman. I stopped doubting myself right there. Sarah told me to gather a pattern, not just a moment. So I gathered. 3 weeks, joint credit card statements, hotel charges from cities he had never mentioned, restaurant receipts dated the same nights he said he was traveling for work, a jewelry purchase, a bracelet that I never received and never saw, and then the one that mattered most. Income hidden in a separate business account I was never supposed to find. Sarah found it in 48 hours. All of it documented, dated, filed, printed, and placed in a folder with my name on it. Sarah filed the divorce papers on a Tuesday. Michael was served at his office at 10:14 a.m. At 10:18, my phone rang. His name on the screen. I let it ring. His text came a minute later. "We need to talk." I typed back 4 words. "My attorney will be in touch." I set my phone face down, opened my laptop, and got back to work. 20 minutes later, Maya walked through the door. She looked at me, then at her hand, then back at me. Her face did something I had never seen it do before. Then she said very quietly, "How long have you known?"